Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with Vinyl Finds number 56. This is kind of an impromptu video. I wasn't really expecting to make a video right now. Drinking some beers, watching videos. It's Tuesday night. Actually, it's probably early Wednesday morning, officially. And yeah, I have a problem, and the problem is you. No, actually, I had to take a couple of vacation days. I'm normally working at this hour, and anybody that works graveyard, Naz Nomad, he knows this. I have to go back to work tomorrow night. The best thing you can do is stay up as late as you can the night before and get some sleep during that day, because working graveyard at the beginning of the week and you didn't get any sleep, it sucks. But anyways, I just saw a Vinyl in the Van video, great video, and that's what inspired me to show these records. All really good albums actually, and I actually have some other albums that I just got this past weekend that I'll show probably next week. Anyways, I'm kind of talking soft because obviously everybody's asleep, but I'm going to start it off with two great LA bands, late 70s, early 80s. I mean, late 70s, the LA scene was one of the best, if not the best. People argue, okay, the New York scene, but by the 80s, LA was definitely top dog. And this is Dream Syndicate, their first album. This it's actually an EP. This is like very heavy Velvet Underground. If you like the Velvet Underground, this is a great EP to pick up. I mean, most people know, well, not most people on the VC, or a lot of people on the VC know the Dream Syndicate and they know their first album, but this one here is just as good. It is fantastic. And I ran across this copy, just great shape. It's on down there in Enigma Records, basically, and great LA band, essential LA band, and as is this next one. And I've been looking for this album for a long time, and I finally found a decent copy. The Gun Club's Fire of Love, their debut album. I wasn't sure if there was an insert. This is a fantastic album. Swampy, bluesy, punky. If you haven't heard this, check it out online. By today's standards, I guess it could be a little bit hurt somebody's feelings because they do say the N-word. Giebel, you can't say that. This is a good album. Gun Club, the guy that started Gun Club, I think he was actually was a writer for Slash magazine, which was a magazine in LA, punk magazine, and he was roommates with Keith Morris from Circle Jerks. And Keith Morris is the one that told him, gave him the name Gun Club. They were named something else before. And great, this is great swampy, rocky stuff. On Ruby, I was so glad to have it. It is a cutout, but whatever. This is the best I could find without paying an arm and a leg. This album goes for a lot. And what really kicks my ass is I remember seeing this album in the binge, and I just always passed on it because there was always something else that I wanted, and whatever. Now this next one is this is a fantastic album. In fact, it's my first Stax album. Well, it's not my first Stax album. I do have 3 other Stax albums. 2 Eddie Floyd's. One is pretty good. Side 1 is good of it. Side 2, nah. The other Eddie Floyd album I have is not that great. And the other one is Soul Children, and it's just not me. But this is the first great Stax album that I have, that I've found in good shape. And it's Sam and Dave, Soul Man. Soul Man. This is a fantastic album. I mean, the first song, everybody knows Soul Man. The Blues Brothers, that was their popular song. And anybody that thinks the Blues Brothers cool, it was a good Saturday Night Live sketch, but come on, man. It doesn't compare to this, John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, they're cool. But as far as music goes, they can't compare to this shit, man. And the thing with Stax is, man, they had a music machine going there. Even the writers of the songs, a lot of them are written in-house, 4 Isaac Hayes songs. For those that don't know, Isaac Hayes wrote Soul Man. And great. This is a good album. And there's one song in here called Hold It Baby. Man, it is a pretty heavy lyrics, I'm not a lyrics guy that much. I listen to them, but it's not what determines if I like an album or not. But pretty cool, and it's on that famous Stax label. And just look at that cover, dude. These guys are putting their heart into this shit. Look at that shit. Look at that. That's some cool shit. Sam and Dave, man, I'm glad I had that. I plan on getting more Stax records. Some Otis Redding. I do have some Otis Redding, but it's his stuff after Stax. Now this next album, I've had this for a while, and I haven't shown it because I don't know what to make of it. It's Super Sister. The reason I picked this up, Zeke the Vinyl Geek, he showed a Super Sister album, and it was like a black and white cover, and it showed the band standing there, it was like, I don't know if it was a wide angle, but they were looking up at the band, and it was just a really cool shot of a band. And Super Sister, I assumed it was an all-female band, and wrong. And I assumed it was a hard and heavy 70s, one of those 70s hard and heavy bands. Wrong. So I was kind of surprised with what I got here. But anyways, first of all, it's got this tape around, and I wasn't, when I saw the album, I go, what the heck's this, And I looked online, and it didn't come with this. Somebody actually put this on here, and I'm really scared to take it off. But it did do a good job of protecting the album. It is a gatefold. Let me show the. But if you open, I don't think you can see it, but if you open the record this way, the credits are inside here, and there's more pictures and credits inside here. I guess whenever this album came out, that Sounded like a good idea, but it's not. I mean, it's stupid. But other than this tape, this album cover is pristine. And after buying this, I looked online, and these albums go for quite a bit. And the selling point is if this part here is intact, and which it is, and I don't know if the tape is what it probably helped, but man, I am so scared to take this tape off, you know. Oh, and by the way, I think the pube is out. You know, I am feeling a lot better. Sorry for anybody that suffered through that last video of mine. I don't know if you noticed when I showed that first Bomp magazine, I think with Brian Wilson on the cover. I did want to talk about it, but I couldn't really talk because the more I talked, the more I coughed. So I will show some of those Bomp magazines, maybe in my next or the video after that, because I did just place an order with Bomp, and I'll show it when I show those. And this is on the Polydor. And back to the music. It's not what I expected. It's not that 70s hard and heavy. It's prog. And some of the songs I like, and some of them I need to re-listen to this, because prog, this type of prog is not where my head is at right now. It's kind of like King Crimson and the Court of the Crimson King. Everybody loves that album, and for me, it's not my favorite King Crimson album. In fact, it starts out great, and then for me it just drops off a cliff. All these I don't know. But this, I think I'm gonna like it. I'll listen to it again, and I had no idea it was selling for so much online. But anyways, I need to get going here. This next one, Jefferson Airplane, Early Flight. This is an album that came out after they broke up, and it's basically stuff. The gatefold sucks. The cover's okay. It's basically stuff that was never released on any of their albums. Side 1 is a lot of early stuff. Some really cool stuff, actually. Is it High Flying Bird? Yeah, High Flying Bird. I knew that song. I knew some of these songs, and it's pretty cool. And the last song, the last two songs, in Mexico and Have You Seen the Saucers? I knew those two songs from the later Jefferson Airplane days. In fact, I saw them perform those two songs when I saw them with Papa John Creech. But overall, it's a good album. And as you know, Naz Nomad, Andy's Vinyl Den. He's been going after what he calls grails. Basically albums that he wanted or he had when he was in high school. Naz Nomad decided to go into that route, and I am too, but the way I'm approaching it is I want to get all of the Jefferson Airplane albums, all of the Hendrix albums, well, before he passed away, all of the Traffic albums. Those are my 3 ones I'm focusing on. But as far as grails, for me, I don't consider those grails. They're very common albums. They probably press millions, if not close to a million of each. For me, my grails are like a Black Flag, first pressing of their first single. I think there was 2,000 press, and those go for like $500. If you can find one for 200, good luck. SSD, their album. What is it? The Kids Are Alright, or whatever, you know. And that I saw online. They had a copy of that. I think it was $499 for the album cover only, no record. I mean, the record goes for $800, $1,000. It's like, phew, those are grails. And anyways, this Grunt Records, the Jefferson Airplane, it actually is a pretty good album. It wasn't one that was on my list, but I saw it and I'll get it. Now these next two are, actually all these albums in this video are top notch, just like always. Vinyl Rich delivers. But these next two, yay. Very good. This one here I did have back in the day, back in the 70s. In fact, I bought it when it came out. I was a big Miles Davis fan in the early 70s. And this was not one that was heavy on my rotation, though. And I must say, this is way better than I remember it as. Man, it is like a, you know how like Phil Spector had that wall of sound? This is like a wall of funk. Man, this is a really good album. And if you read, you know, reviews of it by the critics, they'll say, well, there was nothing new. He didn't do anything new on this. And that's what the labels look like. Standard Columbia. You know, that just tells me, you know, this guy's not a rock guy. He's a jazz traditionalist, you know. Oh, it's an okay album, but there's nothing new. They never said that about the Miles mid-60s albums, you know. Those are, you know, basically he was doing. There was a stage there. He was doing the same album over and over and over again. But you never hear that criticism of those albums. So, you know, you jazz critics, you can shove it up your ass. This last one here, I wasn't sure I was gonna buy any more albums by this band, but I ran across this one, and you know, it's Electric Wizard. Come My Fanatics. This is their second album. This is not the original cover. I think this cover is actually better. I haven't seen the original in person though. I've only seen it online. As you know, I became aware of Electric Wizard on Record Store Day. This past Record Store Day, Black Friday Record Store Day. I like this band, and I have a couple of their albums. I thought that was enough, but I saw this and I bought it. It's their second album. As I said, man, this is maybe the best of the three that I own. Man, this is good. I dig this band, you know. And here's the shrink. I saved the shrink with the Rise Above sticker there. I noticed their albums are being pressed in Czechoslovakia, so I don't know, man. If you can, you want to check out an Electric Wizard, try to get a Rise Above pressing, because they are very good. And it's on purple vinyl. Just really cool stuff. I really dig this band, and that's it. I made this video because of Vinyl in the Vans. Last video was so killer. He said, what did he say? I'm not on my game, but you have to deal with it. Same here. Take care, bros and girls. Hi, Lisa. Hi. Take care.